We're here with the Blaker. He did pretty well at the Oceanic.
No,
How'd you go?
regional.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top 16, I'll take it.
Hell
It's
yeah.
alright.
What'd you play?
Dog deck.
Dog.
Yeah, it's the only thing I know how to play, so
Alright.
we took dog.
Show us what you got.
Easy. Anything that's matchup related we can go through as it comes up. This egg.
It's good.
You never change it. It's the egg. There's literally nothing to say about it. It's just the egg. It works with the deck. 4 of your normal dog. Yep. No. This is the one you want. I didn't see it much. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, you always open the other one.
Yeah, this is the one I saw heaps. I went like, it's nice to have another Loogamon. Like, that's okay. I thought this effect would be a little bit better than it is. I was kind of hoping that against like Red Hybrid and against Numamon, you could use it to like tap, pop a thing on their board. It's too slow.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like cool and you could slam these down and it's way too slow. You don't want to be doing that, to be honest. One Gazimon. I don't know that I played this card.
Fair.
Probably, I would probably play the one that stops reduction. Is it a purple card?
No.
No, it doesn't have.
Well, he's not play cost, yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Psychomon,
yeah. That one I would probably play over this.
Yep.
Didn't see it much. Didn't play it much. This Loogamon is still very, very, very good. This and the normal dog together is just like you can do the whole combo from 2 memory, maybe 1 memory if you've got anything in the back. It's so nice. Only 2 of this one. It's not very good. I will say the inheritable comes up a little bit. You can do some cute stuff with going into your opponents with Fenrir and then swinging, and then you gain back memory and you can kind of play something else. But you need to be really far ahead for this to be any good. And I don't particularly like playing cards that are good when you're far ahead.
Yeah.
You're already far ahead. Like you don't need to.
Agreed.
Yeah. This card is insane.
Yeah.
This Tyrannomon we liked before the event and bumped it up. And at the event, it was insane. At locals, it's insane. This card is cooking. A lot of the time, blockers are very good. It's a 4K blocker, which isn't bad. But just the cycle of this is so good. And you get a discard. The amount of times that I went, oh, add the 2. Damn, I wish I could I can discard. It says discard at the end of it. Yeah. And people will like tell you to discard before you resolve the effect because they think it's a downside. It's so not a downside. I love discarding cards off this card is so good. In it being a double add. Honestly, there was so much where I would go second. My opponent would like pass me to 1 or 2 and you just jam it down. And then they kill it and you just start cycling it. And you cycle it and cycle it and cycle it and you rip through most of your deck.
Good.
Yeah, the card is crazy. 2 cat. I saw a bunch of lists playing 3 and a bunch playing 2. 2 seems really right. I bricked on 2. Sometimes, let alone 3.
Yep.
Yes, when you don't see it, it's a bit tricky. But I'm going to be honest. If you resolve all of Fenrir and you leave them on 0 or 1, who cares? Like their board's not there, and you beat them next turn.
You've got Alliance as well. Like
yeah. The card's really good, and it's nice to fix up stuff, but. If you don't see it, it's okay, which is why I like it at 2. Even at 2, I was bricking on it. Like you'd see it in opening hand and go, it's a dead space.
Yep, absolutely.
This is it Black Guttermon? Yeah, this thing's cool. I tested against Andrew before the event with Levy, and it's really good against Levy. I just didn't play against it.
No, yeah, you didn't play it the whole day.
I didn't play against Levy, but in testing against Andrew, I did some testing against him at locals. This is really good.
DD Crow.
Yeah, I would probably not play more than 1.
Along with the other Black Gatos, it's like it's too much.
Maybe
tech.
if you expected a huge amount of Levy, you could play 2 and you could really screw the match up for them.
Yeah.
Which, if it's the best deck in the format, I wouldn't hate it.
But Numi existed too, so it was like Red Hybrid.
Yeah.
So.
If you want to make the call, play 2, fine. 1 was okay.
Yeah. If it was like a tier 0 format.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. 1 Fangmon. This is interesting because we discard a lot less than we used to because of the no miss memory boost and stuff like that. It's not as important, but there was a lot of times where you would go long in a game and you'd have, stacks would go through and through and through, and then your hand would be like a 3, 4, 6 or a 3, 4, 5, no 6. And you just use the Fangmon to like clean up late game to have a full stack, which is really nice. Which is probably why they only play it at 1. And I really liked it at 1.
Fair.
On to the 5s. Why is this in bad order? the Roadie bumped Helluga. This card is stupid.
Yeah.
This card is so good. Every time I play it, it's so good. It worked very, very, very well into almost every matchup except against like super aggro. Like Red Hybrid, it is a little tricky, but the amount this puts your opponent back and then cycles you through cards, I don't think I'm ever playing it at less than 4. Maybe with the new version.
The new one's terrible.
Yeah. Maybe in the new lists, like
Yeah.
the deck works differently, but this card is so good. It passes turn really well. You can like do the Analog Youth combo with it.
Yep.
It's so stupid.
It's incredible. Out to 6.
Out to 6. Crazy. Yeah, this card is so broken. The amount of times I use this to out aces heaps.
Yeah, and you pass turn, give them
pass
a little
the turn, pop. You'd get the memory back for the overflow, and then you'd build up a different stack and pass the turn like nothing happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've cycled like 4 cards.
So good.
There was a turn against. I've got the matchups.
Just checking the notes.
I've got the matchups here against Red Hybrid.
Yeah.
Where I had Fenrir. I had 2 4s out. They got rid of the Fenrir because they Gaia forced it. And I double Hellugaed them. I passed the turn, like Hellugaed passed the turn, popped one of their things. Analog Youth, Hellugaed again, passed it, and then I just had a full hand.
Right.
Like even going multiple is just sick. It's so good. Solluga is the combo piece. It isn't exceptional, but like it gains you memory, and then you do the combo. It's just a necessary card to play. Did a shockingly small amount of the inheritable. The on attack. When you summon restand, I did that so little because there was a lot of times where the first guy I played that was playing Terriamon, the Sov player I played, there was one other. There were 3 matchups where I know they were sitting on an ace, and I went, so if I'm gonna sit here, do this just so I can get the restand for them to hit an ace, I'd rather just go into the Fenrir, swing with the Fenrir, pop the thing on board, get the attack through.
Yeah, and you did verse me a lot in testing, and you did do that.
Yeah,
and it seemed to work.
You don't need to. Yes, if they're not sitting on something that they can ace you with, absolutely hyper greed the restand, and you get to restand Fenrir 3 times, and you get to just nuke them. Totally fair, but it's never worth swinging to try and greed it, and then they slam you with the Gargamon ace.
Yeah, the
Mega Gaga ace. Then you're stunned, or a soft player slams you and pops a thing. It's just not worth. Don't greed it.
Agreed.
Just like assess the board, go into Fenrir like normal, and then just pop the thing on board because when attacking goes off first.
True.
One Chimera. Did you know when you evolve into Chimera, it restands itself?
Yes.
I did.
Yeah, it's a new Digimon.
Yep. So I actually never got an opportunity to play it where they weren't already dead.
Yeah.
I actually do like the one.
It can be a bit win more, but
it also takes the place sometimes of the Black Gatto.
Yeah.
Which is actually kind of cool.
That's true.
Fine. At 1, it's fine. I would never play 2. Yeah. I would never. I've seen this play 2. I think 2 is so greedy.
Yeah, it can be very bricky with the other Black Gattos, as you said.
Yes. You've got a bunch of cards that you need to have already Fenrir'd. It's just a bit gross.
It is.
For Fenrir,
mega good.
I think I understand why people play 3. It's one of those things where if you don't have it in hand, it's more detrimental than bricking on it. So I still think maybe 4.
Yeah.
But the amount of times I started with 2 of these in my hand is so silly. The games I lost, a lot of the time when it was like I would win the first, lose the second, win the third. The games I lost, I was seeing this in opening hand, and it's so gross to see it. You rip through your deck way faster than I think you would, especially with the Tyrannomon and stuff like that, and the amount you're cycling. I've seen Liz play 3, and I think I get it now.
Okay.
Would I be confident enough to play it? Maybe not.
Maybe testing it first, but hey, that's a good piece of.
I would go back and forth on it.
Yeah, sure.
The One Death X.
Got to do it.
Card's great. It blew out, I think, 2 games for me. It did brick in the hand a little bit. Like against Sovs, sometimes this card is so bad. This card is so bad. This card shouldn't be in your hand.
It's good and bad against Sovs. Yeah, it's very weird.
So often they're sitting on like 2 6s and I go, okay, I'll get the thing, and then they pop it anyway. I don't know. Yeah.
And you obviously learnt how it's not as good against armor anymore.
No,
Like,
no,
it is
I
and it
re-slammed it against armor 3 times and he made enough.
just kept bouncing it.
Well, I ran under the assumption that he wouldn't have a stack to rebuild, and he just did. And he kept leaving me on like 2 memory, because we don't have the memory set at Tamer yet. But we will. He kept leaving me on 1 and 2 after I had to put him to 6 to Death X him.
Yeah.
But the card is, I would never not play it. If this card is is legal, play the card.
Agreed.
Just play the one. Going into the Tamers and the options, e.g., I'm really looking forward to the memory setter, I think.
Yeah.
Gaining is really cool. What it gives is really cool, but there was too many times where I would be at 2 or at 1. And if I had the 1 more memory, it would just be like, I don't know what ratio, but obviously this card is fantastic.
There's also like decks that either you've outed their board or, you know, they're building in the back. Like anything from BT9 that builds in the back, anything like security control, they don't put Digimon on the field. This needs a Digimon on the field to gain the memory. So the memory setter doesn't care about that, right?
Yes. And then we found a cute little thing with this.
Oh, yes.
When
pass turn.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it again? It was with the rookie, I think.
Yeah, it's when you detach this and pass turn.
Oh, yeah, it counts as playing an SOC card.
Yeah, it counts as playing one.
Which triggers a bunch of the inheritables to gain memory and then not pass turn.
The Loogamon and the normal Loogamon. It counts as playing an SOC card.
Usually you trigger that by playing, more bodies.
But it was fun. It happened once, and I got to go back to 0 and then Fenrir, which was cool. So it's cute. Obviously.
Analog youth, yeah, you got
it discard card, it combo.
Purple deck, be like.
Purple deck. Also, I hard griefed my red hybrid matchup with this card. They didn't clock that I had 3 analog youth sitting here. They popped the Fenrir and I went, it's my turn now. Yeah. And I went, it's actually my turn now. Passed and then got the what's the memory gain card in red?
Gravity Crush?
Yeah. So they triggered these and then they'd Gravity Crush, so I gained more memory. And then I gained memory with EG and then I just destroyed them.
Absolutely.
It was a thief of a game, but if they forget about it, you just absolutely destroy them.
Very true.
Also, it puts the cards in the bin, which
randomly
came up. There was a few times where I had full combo and not enough in the bin.
It does come up when you hit the line really early and you just haven't had time to fill the grave.
Really good.
Yep.
It doesn't put cards in grave.
Yes.
Which is a little bit of a problem. But just having... The thing I didn't acknowledge is even just having 1 of these means you have the absolute full combo at 1.
That's true.
So when I would open up multiple and I'd like try and get down like 2 or 3 of them and like I'm going to have this crazy turn, it's okay. You can just put down 1. If your stack's good, you have the full combo, you kill them, you move on. But obviously, the cycle is...
It's very safe at 2 as well. Lots of good 2-cost cards in this deck, actually.
2 Purple Memory Boost. Yeah, I totally get it. With playing the Fangmon, I saw this played instead of the Miss Memory Boost, and I kind of get it now, because you can stick yourself a little bit with putting the wrong things in the bin when you're not choosing what to discard. The Tyrannomon, the Hell... The cycle from the other Loogamons lets you put particular things in the grave. So the missed memory boost putting whatever in the grave.
It's just random.
It can be a little bit tricky, so I understand that. And I played this a lot, actually. I played them a lot.
And you've already got Analog Youth randomly dumping through, so that's fine.
1 Crimson Blaze.
Card good.
It stole me 1 game out of security, which, I'm going to be honest with you, is more than enough justification to play it.
Absolutely.
It completely stole me a game out of security. I felt like a absolute prick of a player, but I've been security bombed. You've been security bombed. It happens, so you just take the win and move on.
Very mad. All right, do you want to tell us your matchups? How you went?
The matchups overall, it was like a Terriermon, 2 Solves, Greymon, which free. 2 red hybrids, 2 Solves, Terriermon, and then the Armor.
You only lost to Armor and...
1 red hybrid.
1 red hybrid.
Yeah, because
Gaia forced
out of security.
Gaia forced out of...
Normal Gaia force.
Yeah, regular OG BT1.
Against Sovs, I think Sovs is the worst matchup in that lineup. It's very, very hard. All of these effects say on attack, like almost all of them. And if you wait for the moment where you can remove their stuff, if the Sov player, with the list I saw, they were just aggressively slamming stuff against me because I wasn't doing enough. And then all of a sudden they are alliancing for a 24K thing with 2 checks. Yeah, gross. So
Very long cards.
I was forced to do things. It feels really bad. This goes okay against Red Hybrid. I felt like as long as you get some of the combo, the pieces don't need to be good. But if you start Fenriling them, they just kind of capitulate and they try and like do stuff and it just doesn't work.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and the Greymon matchup is the easiest thing I've ever seen in my life. That
Yeah.
guy was a 50 times better player than me, and he just sat there not able to play. It was fantastic.
We love to see it.
It looks like it gets better going forward. So if you want to build a deck, build a deck. If you have any changes, please tell me because I don't know what to do with this deck moving forward.
Fair. Keen to
Big
see
thank.
what you do with it with the future support.
Hell yeah.
Right.
The deck will be bad. Trust.
All right. Peace.
Peace.